As always, hi everybody, by the way, welcome to 9wax TV Live. It's a toy shop tour. I've not done this for a while. I've been on the road a lot, been on the road a hell of a lot. I've done 3,500 miles, you may have seen on Instagram, to Sicily to retrace the Targa Florio in Porsche 911 Targa. Exquisite, highly memorable, possibly one of the best things I've ever done. And I've recorded it for your viewing pleasure. I'll get on with the edit next week. So that's coming up. So there's a slight gap in edited videos. There have nevertheless been a good couple of videos go up in the last few weeks. So if you haven't been on the channel recently, go and take a look, okay? But anyway, present day here at Paragon, always such a joy to be in this place. Doing some filming on a car that you might be able to see over my shoulder there. But it's not to do with the car itself. Little clue, I'll leave that and you'll see the end result in a couple of weeks. It'll be very interesting, I'm sure, and very left field. But yeah, look, I thought I'd do a toy shop tour. I always really enjoyed doing this. And as I've said previously, it's just a great opportunity to show you amazing cars. And I know you appreciate and are enthusiastic about these cars as much as I am. So I thought, hey, look, why don't we share it? All of the cars that you see here, the ones that are for sale at least, they're all on the 9wax marketplace, which as you'll well know by now, all come fully backed by comprehensive warranties. That is the big difference between a Porsche you see on the 9wax marketplace, which is accessible via 9wax.co.uk, and any other sales platform, to be honest with you. So the whole point of it is you're buying with confidence. And when you buy the car, especially now, British summertime, you can get on with driving the thing rather than taking it for a post-purchase inspection, which makes no sense, or leaving the car on the ramp all summer, fixing the problems that you didn't know about or didn't spot. So that's the plug anyway. Let's get on with the toy shop tour. I'll spin this around because there's some really cool stuff in this Paragon showroom and I want to show you. I can't venture too far that way because the Wi-Fi isn't great at that point. But I want to start with this Guards Red 992.1 Targa. It is sold nicely contrasted, I think, with the blue roof and its blue interior. It's like a yachting blue. That might not be the name of the colour, but it has parallels to me with the 80s interior. Really like that. Guards Red, no longer available as a basic colour at Porsche. It's now a 1,700 quid option for the privilege, which is highly controversial, but Guards Red is, as of this year, according to Porsche, half a century old. So very cool, an iconic colour, more on that soon. But this is something you don't see often, and I'm hoping my camera is showing the colour as it stands, because that isn't a black hue, which it could look to be at face value. There we go, look at that. It's brown. So if you're wondering, and the connoisseurs out there will probably immediately be going, ha, I know, Lee, I know exactly what that is. Well, if you're not sure, the colour is Macadamia. So our good friend Max, 9wax Radio co-host, he had a 991 in Macadamia. This is a 997 911 Carrera 4. It's just come into Paragon, so it's going to go through their extensive preparation process, which regular viewers to this channel will well know by now. But I couldn't resist showing this to you straight off the bat. I don't know if it's open. We'll hope that it is. It is. The gods are on our side. Check that out. So the brown follows to the interior with a cocoa leather 7-speed PDK in there as well. This won't be for everybody taste-wise, but I think that is really cool. And especially in the modern world where there's such an extensive colour palette at Porsche, I think that this car is possibly going to be more popular and more roundly received than at any other point in its short history. As a 997.2, it will be a maximum of 15 years old. So yeah, really, really cool. I don't know about you, I just love that. Macadamia over cocoa here at Paragon, about to go through prep. Give the guys a call if that floats your boat. Next to it, we've got more 997 Gen 2. So as you know, that's the DFI engines at this stage. So no scored bores and IMS and all the rest of it to be worrying about. GTS, as you can see, with centre locks. This is a rear wheel drive example from memory. Yep. I did a video with a couple of 997 GTSs from Paragon about a year ago. You can check it out on the channel. These, as we said on the video, are such a popular car. Paragon is pretty adept at getting amazing examples of them. And they come in different variants, as we've discovered before. This one, coupe and rear wheel drive. It's got PDK as the gearbox option. Check out those seats, actually. It's pretty cool. Love the contrast stitching. GTS pack with the Alcantara seat centers and the wheel, and I'm going to show you the detail on that because these can get a bit worn, they can look a bit knackered. That looks awesome, looks brand new. Mileage 36, so nice and low, particularly with its age. And again, lots of GTS goodies in there. Chrono pack, you can see, which comes with Sport Exhaust, Sport Plus. But check out those seat backs, that is absolutely awesome. That goes nicely with the transmission tunnel as well. For some reason, I think if that was, say, a red, that'd be too much for me. But in white, that just works really nicely. So a lot of time for that. That looks to be a really nice example of GTS. Just to show you the walk around there. So that's on that side of the showroom. Let's touch on the Targa, because it's Targa time, isn't it? As I said, just done 3,500 miles in a 992.2. So that's GTS hybrid. But the roof system is all exactly the same. It's that kind of time-honoured, we can call it now, because Porsche revived that roll bar look in 2015. And it's proved so popular since. And actually, the result of that body style coming back helped values of the older stuff that had the roll bar. This 964 Targa is now sold in Guards Red. But that's quite a rare car, you know, 964 Targa. I can't remember the numbers exactly, but they lag significantly behind coupe and cabriolet counterparts. Great to see D90s as well on a 964. To be honest, great to see a 964 that's stock. But yeah, that is sold. These cars aren't for sale, but they are goodies. We have to look at them. 903 GT2. Mark here at Paragon very kindly let me drive that car. It's on the channel. I drove that through a thunderstorm. I kid you not. It makes for highly entertaining viewing elsewhere on the channel, but that's air-cooled royalty. Luft royalty, 903 GT2. 996 Super Cup car in the background. We'd love to have a go in that, wouldn't we? Here we've got one of the rarest Porsches you can hope to buy. I think this deserves a video on its own. It's a 911 Junior. I can't remember the production numbers again. But as I said, that is one of the rarest Porsches you can hope to buy. Let's venture over here. We've got some good Cayman stuff. So 987.2, so still DFI engine. This has got a really nice spec on it from memory. It's 7-speed PDK. It's got sound package plus. It's got sport chrono as well. Black interior. Really nice. Smells nice. Smells new. There's a comment here. Go say hi to George. There he is. George says hi back. He's given us some great advice today, actually, for some tech stuff that should hopefully improve the quality of the video. So we're always appreciative for George's nuggets of information. So that is 987.2, which looks great. Look at the paint on that. That's basalt, I think. Look at it. No scratches, no marks, just proper Paragon quality. And I can say that, having bought a car from them in that very position, actually. It brings back great memories of a couple of years ago. There's Jay, the man, the myth, the legend. So look, 25 grand gets you a lovely dollop of modern Porsche, great footprint, nice and engaging. If, however, you'd like to turn your 987 into 981, well, such is the closing of the gap between the generations these days. It's only £5,000 more at 31, and that gets you into the 981 platform, as I said. Rhodium silver. It's a really nice silver, is rhodium. It changes a lot in the light. I prefer it to GT, and my 40th is a GT. So again, I feel qualified to say that. I've stared at it enough. But yeah, it's kind of, in the right light, it has flecks of blue in it. In other lights, it can actually get like specks of red. I'm trying to move the camera to justify my point, but I'm failing, I would say. So let's dive inside. Slightly more pared back nature to this, which is it might be what you're looking for with your Cayman vibes. 7-speed PDK again, black interior, and as I said, 6K more than the 987.2. Jay has made a really good point. This would be a really good video, 981 v 987. I haven't got the time today, unfortunately, but it would be something I would love to do and explore, because they're both quite different expressions of the Cayman genre. And next to it, so I mentioned with a white GTS earlier, there's different body styles of 997 GTS and four-wheel drive and PDK and everything else. So there's quite a few different versions of 997 GTS. This is the four-wheel drive. It's PDK again. There we go. It's got the Alcantara pack. It's got the light bar on the back, which the all-wheel drive cars have. What's interesting is when you think of red GTS, you'd usually think of Carmine Red, which from the 991.1, so the subsequent generation onwards, that was like the launch colour, really, the de facto colour for the GTS. But for the 997, Carmine wasn't part of the colour palette. It was elsewhere within the Porsche stable. It was on the Cayenne GTS. Carmine debuted. This is getting geeky now, isn't it? But for 997 GTS, they stuck with Guards. They were loyal to Royal. So there is the C4. And then, yeah, look, I guess we could finish on this lovely 993 cab. I've said before on the podcast, I really like 993 cabs. I love the premise of them. They've gone up in value since I first started spouting on about that a couple of years ago, which is devastating. I've shot myself in the proverbials there, unfortunately. But I do think they're pretty cool. And the point I made, which was on the podcast at the time, is people at Porsche, who we as enthusiasts hold in very high esteem, they own 993 cabs. I think 993 designer, Tony Hatter, he has not a coupe, but a cab. Mr. Preuninger is said to have a cabriolet. Dr. Frank Stefan Volitzer, who at the time was head of the 911 production line, is now CEO at Bentley. He had a 993 cab, I'm reliably informed. And those guys all know their stuff, don't they? It looks wonderfully classic these days. Again, Jay and I talking about it earlier, the kind of pram style of the folded hood isn't for everybody, but we think shows its age and harks us back to a time of a more simple setup for the sports car. And again, check out the paint. Let me get some focus on it. There we go. Look at that. Immaculate. Absolutely immaculate. Sports seats as well. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So that's it for the toy shop tour. As I said, something coming soon on that lovely car outside, which again, it is for sale. 82,000 miles on that. I think I've locked it. If not, I'll show you around. 82,000 miles. There is a contrast red stitch on it. Oh, Jay's clicking it. Oh, amazing. Thank you, mate. Cheers, dude. Let's hope that the Wi-Fi lasts.